Welcome back to the channel, Rich family. Today I've got something special for you. A build that dominates on defense, takes control of the boards, and finishes with authority. Introducing the board hunting LOB threat, a power forward build that is inspired by none other than Dennis Rodman. Now, this is actually the 82nd build that we've created together on this channel, and my favorite memory of Dennis Rodman is when he was on the Bad Boy Pistons, and they were just known as one of the most elite and feared defensive teams back in the 90s, bro. So comment down below your favorite Dennis Rodman moment, and if you want to shut down opposing offenses, clean up the glass, and throw down unstoppable lobs, this is going to be the build for you. It's perfect for rec players looking to make a massive impact on both ends of the court. So stick with me as I break down this elite build step by step. And before we move any further, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. Comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I will definitely be sure to get back to you with the response. And also, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of this rich family. So when it comes towards this build today, let's start with the foundation. For this one, we're specifically going to be putting this one under the power forward position. When it comes towards that height, this is actually going to give you mobility without sacrificing any interior presence, so we're going to leave this at 6'9". Now for that weight, we're going to go with 244, and this is ensuring the strength to dominate on the interior. And then for that wingspan, we're going to put this up to 6'5", providing maximum reach for rebounds, blocks, and finishing. So today this build's physicals attributes make it an unstoppable force. So when it comes towards the actual speed today, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we put this all the way up to a 75. Now this is really optional based off your playstyle, but if you want to be able to play the most like Dennis Rodman, this is what you want to do. So when it comes towards that agility, let's go with a 71. 95 when it comes towards our actual strength, and then as you can see, when it comes towards that vertical, I'm going to go with a sweet spot of an 83. So these are going to be my preference when it comes towards the actual physicals. If you want to change anything, feel free to do so, but I recommend doing it after we actually create this build together. And I'm telling you, as we go throughout the build making, it's only going to get better, especially if you follow along. So I promise you, I went into depth with making sure that we get the best badges. On top of that, the animations are going to be key. But as far as when it comes towards the finishing today, this is really one of the most important areas for this build. So this build just isn't about defense, it's a standout finisher as well. So as far as when it comes towards the actual finishing today, I'm going to go ahead and put that close shot all the way up to an 81. And a lot of these numbers are really going to be able to get certain badges and animations. Now for that driving layup, let's go up to a 62. As we get into the breakdown of this driving dunk, I'm going to go with an 82. And also when it comes towards this standing dunk, I'm going to go all the way up to an 81. Moving into that post control, this will get us a good amount of badges, especially when it comes towards the finishing as a whole. And so far we're not looking too bad. You already do get one Hall of Fame badge, and the shooting itself, let's focus primarily on the defense for this build today. But as far as when it comes towards this mid-range shot, let's go with a 45. 30 when it comes towards that three-point shot, with the free throw being brought up to a 70, just so that way we can take this build and be safe and confident when we're at that free throw line. So when it comes towards this pass accuracy, I'm going to go all the way up to a 75. As we get into the breakdown of the actual ball handle, leave this as is. Same thing for that speed with ball. And pretty much as you can see, this build is really going to be focusing on not only on the physicals but this defensive side. Now the interior defense, I'm going to leave this at a 75. That's going to be a sweet spot, especially to get post lockdown. Now when it comes towards that perimeter end, I'm going to go with an 82 as far as when it comes towards this side. For that steal, let's go all the way up to an 85, and I'm telling you, I don't recommend going anything higher than this number right here. That's going to give us silver glove. You also do get gold interceptor. Now when it comes towards the block, let's go all the way up to an 88. And then as far as when it comes towards this rebounding side, this is really going to be optional and up to you. So a lot of people like to say that the defensive rebound is better this year. From what I have seen and what I have experienced, I can definitely say that the offensive is a little bit more overpowered, especially when it comes towards shooting this year. A lot of people are struggling, so I'm going to opt to go with a 96 for that offensive rebound, 81 when it comes towards this defensive. And as you can see, this is pretty much what you will be looking like once you get this build maxed out to 99 overall and at its full potential. So if there's any types of changes and recommendations that you do want to make on this build, video, do it after we create this build maxed out. Now, as far as when it comes toward these badges today, I think this is going to be one of the best setups that you can work with for a defender. Now, we get Hall of Fame box out beast. On top of that, you get rebound chaser, pogo stick, and we're also going to be able to get brick wall. So the fact that all 4 of these badges are really focused on that defensive side really says a lot. Now, brick wall, of course, this is going to be for those screens, but I think definitely this is going to play a factor when it comes towards that defensive side as well. Now, once we check out the gold badges, we get aerial wizard. On top of that, gold interceptor, high flying denier with off ball pass. So more defensive badges, and I can say, having gold interceptor on a 6'9 build with a 7'5 wingspan, 95 strength, this is going to be one of the most dominant, all around glass cleaners and lockdowns on your team, especially if you're looking to take this build into the ones. I don't see any reason as to why you shouldn't be able to score with this finishing ratings. So when it comes towards these silver badges, we get break starter. On top of that, you get glove, paint patroller. Now from there, we're also going to be able to get float game, challenger, dimer, and also immovable enforcer with slippery off ball and rise up. So the fact that you do get that 81 standing dunk, it does allow you to get not only extra badges, but animations unlocked for the standing dunk. Now, really something that you do need to take into account on this build is the fact that you do get a good amount of those driving dunk animations, and we will get into the breakdown of the takeovers, cap breakers, everything once we get this build, finished and completed. Now, once it comes towards these browns, we get post lockdown, on ball menace, paint prodigy, pick dodger. You're also going to be able to get hook specialist with posterizer. So all around, I can say if you're looking to make a lockdown defender, I don't see any reason as to make any other build than this one that you're seeing right now. So I want to say thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. Let me know what you think about it so far and your thoughts and opinions. As far as when it comes towards these takeovers, as you can see, we get about 10 of them. So we get board beast with the eraser, great wall horse, physicality, the commander. You're also getting unit, the claw, paint dominance, grids, glass warrior, and also defensive presence. Now, I'm going to give y'all the sauce. The best takeovers to pick will be the ones that give you at least a +8 all the way up to a 15. So, some of the better takeover abilities that I like to look at are going to be the ones like right here. See the future takeover. Also on top of this, man, you cannot go wrong with great wall takeover ability. If it's true that you can get your attributes over 100, this will allow you to get a 110 strength on this build, man. For a 6'9 power forward, this easily makes it one of the best interior defenders with that strength. Now, you also do get horse, and on top of that, physicality. The commander, with being able to get rim guardian takeover, you get the +7 with the interior defense, the block, and defensive rebound. Now, the claw, this is another great option to reach a 99+ on that steal, and you'll also be able to get spoiler takeover ability. And realistically, I think this is probably the best takeover to pick today. Now, you have other ones like glass warrior to get more out of that rebounding and block, but it's all going to come down to your preference, the game mode you're playing. As far as when it comes towards the actual cap breakers, this is something that you really need to take into account. So I would really consider, if you unlock that first set of 5 cap breakers, throw it towards your driving dunk. That will allow you to unlock some contact dunks, and I think that's going to be more than enough. Now, if you go further than that, unlocking the season 2 and 3 cap breakers, you can potentially add it more towards the pass accuracy, or even when it comes towards the steal, to get other badges upgraded on higher tiers. Now, I really recommend throwing it towards that driving dunk just to get better finishing animations. It all comes down to your preference, each to his own. Now, again, if there's any changes that you would make on this build today, let me know down below. And if you have a certain build that you want to see later on, I'll definitely be sure to get into it. Again, this is the 82nd build that we've created together. Thank you so much, Rich family, for sticking through and supporting. Now let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. Now we get that Elvin Hayes comparison, Jaren Jackson Jr. with Evan Mobley, and together at the 82nd build, we have created the rare and one of the first board hunting lob threats. Now I really like this build name. The fact that you are low-key a catfish and also one of the most elite defenders on the floor at all times makes it all the better. Now, again, I cannot stress enough how thankful and grateful I am to have one of the best 2K communities that we are building, not only on YouTube and Twitter, but in the entire world, man. So shout out to y'all. We are almost reaching 10,000 big supporters, and none of it would be possible without our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, I got one last thing to say. Thank God for another day and another opportunity. And Rich out.